Says adverse reaction to medicines is a leading cause of death. Now, the South African Health Products Regulator has launched an app which simplifies the reporting of adverse drug reactions. The Med Safety app will also help our understanding of medicines, including COVID-19 vaccines. Let's find out how it all works. We chat to Sahpra Vigilance Manager Mafora Matlala this morning. She's in Johannesburg. Mafora, good morning and thanks so much for your time. So talk to us about the Med Safety app. Has this come up specifically because of what we're seeing happening with COVID-19 vaccines and possible complications?
Rebecca, and good morning to your viewers. So basically the idea about the Med Safety app is that we have realized that public as a whole, they don't have an idea about the reporting of adverse drug reactions and adverse events following immunization. So that basically it leads to underreporting of the adverse events that the public or the patients they encounter as and when they use the medication. So there was a project that basically it meant to identify and to enhance reporting of adverse events by the EU, and then they come up with the Med Safety app. So the Med Safety app basically is a self-reporting tool by patients and healthcare professionals at their own comfort to enhance reporting of adverse drug reactions and also adverse events after somebody they have been vaccinated. So that's how the concept of the Med Safety app came into place.
All right, so not specifically then because of what we've seen happening with COVID vaccines around the world, or specifically the latest reports of blood clots, etc.
So as part of the mechanism to enhance the reporting of adverse events following immunization, particularly for COVID-19, then we partnered with other stakeholders who actually facilitated us getting this app. So the app has been in existence, but now because of the COVID-19, then we ensured that we need to bring this to the light, to the public, so that it can be easily for them to report adverse events following immunization. So there is another strategy as well to enhance reporting of adverse events following immunization for COVID-19 vaccines.
All right. So, Mafora, we always know that, most of us are wary of putting in our personal information, putting in details of our health onto any kind of platform. So what kind of information does this app actually ask you for? Do you also need to register on this as well, put in what your sort of health challenges are at the moment, or only if you are experiencing some kind of adverse reaction to a drug do you get onto this and put in some information?
Okay, so you are able to create a profile on the app itself, and once you have created the profile, the next time you report, you don't need to re-enter all the information that is required by the app. So the information that basically you include there, we have a privacy statement there that you need to acknowledge, just so to ensure that the information that you provide us with is going to be used for medicine safety purposes, just so to ensure that we protect you in future and any other patient out there, so that we can recognize these adverse events and prevent them from happening, or coming up with strategies to mitigate them. So with regards to the app, the kind of information that is required basically is the information that pertains to you as the patient. You don't necessarily need to provide us with your full name, but instead you can provide us with your initial, weight, all the information that is required. It pertains to demographics, yourself. And then we move to the medicine itself, the one that you are suspecting that it might have been the cause of the adverse event that you are experiencing. So there's quite a number of areas that we look at in the medicine. We look at the dose, how often are you taking it, what was the reason for you being given that medication. Then we also move to the suspected adverse drug reaction itself. What is it that you have experienced? When did it start? Did it start after you've taken the vaccine or that medication, or after, so that we can determine the causation, whether this particular suspect drug is actually the cause of that reaction. So we also require more information that pertains to the timing of taking that product and the timing that the reaction actually started. Then furthermore, we require information that pertains to you as the reporter, so that should we need more information with regards to the report that you have sent to us, then we are able to contact you. So kind of information that we need.
Mafora, how does this app actually help me then? I mean, it's giving you information for your research, I would imagine, to take it forward and see what possible side effects may be. How does it help me if I now find myself getting sick after taking a particular type of medication?
Okay, so the first thing about this thing is that, about the app itself, is that when you report, you get an acknowledgement. So it gives you the comfort to know that this has been received by the regulator. So that's the first thing that comes to you as the reporter. And then secondly, you can create what we call a watch list when taking this, when using the app rather. So when you have created the watch list, you indicate the type of medication or the names of medication that you want to follow. So it will provide you with information with regards to the kind of information that you want. So it becomes more specific to you in terms of providing you with the kind of news that you want. Mm-hmm. So that's the big plus for us. And it also brings into light the fact that medicine, as good as it may be, then it's got adverse events that you need to be aware of. Mm. And it provides you with the statistics from the world data. It's linked to what we call the VG-Access. And the VG-Access basically is the world data that relates to adverse drug reaction throughout the world. So there's another advantage about it. So you can also go on the VG-Access and then access that kind of information and see what's happening with regards to your medicine of interest around the world.
Okay, so it does guide me. It does guide me then as to what to do in future, and sort of if I'm on this medication, I shouldn't maybe take something else or take this, or does it give us that kind of information?
Yes, it does. Yes, but you need to set it up to include the type of medication that you want to follow, the kind of information that you want to provide. And furthermore, we as the regulator, we will be feeding in information to inform the public as to what is happening with regards to particularly COVID at this point in time. But in general, all the medicine, we will be providing some kind of newsletters that you can also read from the MedSafety app itself.
All right, very quickly for us, where do we access the app? Where do we find it?
So the app, if you go on the Sahpra website, we've got a microsite that specifically provides more information with regards to the app. You're also able to go on your mobile cell phones, the smart ones rather. So it's available for both Android and iOS, and then that's where you download it. And then once you download, then you create a profile, and then you're ready to go.
All right, thanks very much. Mafora Matlala there from Sahpra, the Vigilance Manager. Try it. It could just save your life, especially if you don't have access to somebody who can give you information about what it is you're actually putting into your body. Let's take a look now at the latest